How's it, most welcome to Invest, where we talk about investing, finance, and professional development for today's edit purposes only. The investment we're going to talk about today would be ETH. First, I want to say happy Thursday, everybody. We are basically 2 days away from Christmas. Tomorrow's Christmas Eve, so happy early Christmas Eve to everyone. Respect to recording time of 7:58 a.m. on Eastern Time, Ethereum can trade $3,945, down about close to 1% so far. On the overall crypto market, you can see that clearly the altcoin are a little bit more prominently up at the moment, but the key coins, or the main motherlords, if you may, Bitcoin is currently flat right now, up close to about 0.05%. Well, Ethereum's kind of flat right now as well, but leaning more towards the downward side on the red spectrum. But overall market is relatively healthily green. Seems like the rally that we are experiencing for the last 2 consecutive days so far on both the crypto and the equity market. Obviously, the equity market is just a different animal completely, with a different momentum altogether. A lot of sector rotations, a lot of window dressing at the same time among hedge fund community, and just a lot of confirmatory signals, knowing the fact that we've been extremely oversold. So as we got more market optimism on the media front, it seems like if you look into the news today, the collections of the news have been relatively nice, I would say. Everything is saying it's a rebound coming. COVID is, or the Omicron is subsiding a little bit. Seems like there's a plan. Christmas rally is coming soon. Technicals checking out. It's very, very polarized, I would say, in comparisons to the news that we've seen, I would say, frankly, only 2 days ago when everybody was screaming, panic, 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 right? You see, this is a very typical classic media affectation, and for us, we have been thinking logically. That's why we were able to capture the selective dips, in the limit orders that we placed in, and that allows us to be, generate a relatively nice Christmas presents for ourselves, right? So let's just dive right into the technicals. But before I do that, I did, notice something, and this is quite unfortunate. So some of my friends on YouTube and on Instagram actually reached out to me yesterday. Several of you guys actually. So I just want to say thank you firstly. Seems like there's someone try to pretend to be me. They made a fake account, and I actually took some screenshot. And let me just share with you what I mean. So someone actually messaged me, and they say like, hey, is this you? Someone just followed me. It seems off. And it looks just like my Instagram account, right? And you could look closely. It looks like my account completely, right? If you look at it, right? It has my pictures and everything. My followers are lower than my actual followers. But if you look closely, right? And I don't know how close can you get. Let me just zoom in real quick. You see that there's a period in between my signature on my my account name, right? And as I look into it, this fake account also has my like stories, and this person, oh, I don't know who this person is, download some of my workout videos, I guess, and pretend to be me and post random like stories onto my account, like this fake account, right? And what this person is trying to do is basically, if you look at some of the verbiage that my friend has shared with me, like they basically try to reach out to them. And I don't know how they found out. Maybe it's because like some of my friends that I follow, and what they try to do, they try to sell them their service, like saying something along the line like, "Oh, if you like work with me," or pretending to be me, right? You could get like $250,000 or something like that. Something strange, like something like really outlandish, if you may. So again, I do have an Instagram, but I don't have, let's say like a professional consulting service, nor am I a financial advisor, right? Remember, I just have this YouTube channel. I don't have a number that I disclose, and it's quite scary, you know, that someone is trying to be me out there and try to sell hope and try to sell trust, when the mantra of trust is, is a lack thereof, right? They pretend to be me, right? So be careful. And this was, this person is definitely very sleek, like just very sleek and very sneaky, by putting a period in between my names, to pretend to be me. I frankly don't really know what to say, to be honest. I mean, on YouTube, we see collectively on a daily basis, we see a bunch of scam comments and spam messages, right? But this is just kind of crazy that this person would pretend to be, using my name, and pretend to be me, and like articulate such a customized verbiage, with some similar mannerism in terms of the verbiage that he writes, that, like risk management, like the keywords that I typically use, onto conveying a service for them in return for a fee or something like that, right? It's definitely not something I appreciate. It's something that is frankly scary. And I just want to just like remind us that I don't really have I don't have a Patreon yet. I don't have an Instagram that's specifically for Things Invest. I don't have an email that I specifically use for clients. I don't have clients, right? My clients are institutions, right? Large companies. I don't have individual clients, right? And I'm doing this like for free at the moment. You know what I'm trying to say? So be careful. And let's just get back into the schedule, right? Again, it's very scary stuff. So with respect to Ethereum right now, as I'm recording as of 8:04 a.m. on the Eastern time, and sorry for speaking off topic. Again, just want to be careful, guys. Right now, it's just above the 3,843. And we are contemplating get above 4,000 all over again, right? We're having some bearishness, and I think the reason is because there's some negative news here and there, but really not substantive. It's because, like, with respect to the news that we saw from yesterday, saying that Bitcoin could hit $10,000, or there's a CNBC article talking about that with the 2022, it could be a big year for regulatory front that could subsequently hinder or compress the surging power that we see among entire crypto market, etc., etc. But right now, I would say Ethereum is in a very bullish setup. And you could see that clearly in this morning. I drew a triangle, right? This is like a classic downward wedge, right? Right now, we are fusing together on the MACD front, so that means we are about to form a golden cross. We're still at the neutral level, so as we squeeze further, right, you could see that we're squeezing further. You could see that the triangle is getting tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter, right? And as we fuse that together, this is a bull flag as well, right? Remember, I said this yesterday, right? This looks very much like a flag if you look at it, right? It's like hello waving at you. And it's also like a wedge, like an orange wedge, which I recently chose the orange colorway. And I hope the screen is not too small, by the way. And as we squeeze tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter, technically, by the end of this year, we should see some bullishness happening, which allows us to surge up from there. So we'll see how much we can squeeze. We could squeeze for a little bit longer than this, but in approximations based on the technicals, I think by the end of this year, which is surprisingly, if I look at the calendar, on the 29th is what day is that? That's going to be a Thursday, I believe. That could be possible, right? It somehow coincides with like a Thursday, and then like we might have a weekend affectation. But seems like the wedge on the surge is coming because of the fact that we've been able to sustain, and it seems like we're forming this pendant that or this flag that we're seeing in front of us right now, right? So with respect to Bitcoin, is at the 48 right now, just about to go up to the 49. At the moment, we are contemplating, and I would say the flag is quite comparable in comparison to Ethereum as well. At the moment, right now, we are just contemplating: do we go back to 50, or do we stay below 50 and stay around in this current level? I think we have a real shot of actually going above and surge up all over again, but obviously contingent on the anti-collision effect from the equity side, right? Right now, we are at the OK level 44 out of 70. At the same time, we're crossing up. So not terrible. And I think this is also a bull flag that's forming for Bitcoin as well. So interesting to see that we might see some interesting activity ahead of us. Dogecoin is up about 2.3% right now. Anywhere from current level to, again, right bottom of 1530. Right now it's still at the neutral level, but obviously Dogecoin, as it is a downward wedge as well, comparable to Ethereum and Bitcoin. And as we confirm this, we will surge up, right? But Dogecoin is one of those meme coins, so it is what it is, right? It's up to your risk aversion. Do you want to be buying something like this? Cardano is up about 3.4%. At the moment, we are above the 135. So we have it's either we go up to 145 or stay above here, or go back down to 120 all over again. I'll probably way off on Cardano because, if you've been listening, 120 was the dip, right? So right now it's not the best idea level, but it's okay if you want to be incurring risk for long term. Solana is down about close to 3% right now. Anywhere from 155, 133 to 113 is still the levels that we incur risk at, right? XRP is at 97. You could see clearly we got canceled out at $1 yesterday, right? And I think we are going to have a tough time cracking this. But if we do, we're going to be in for 110, right? And again, I'm not a wizard. It's just like the technicals coming true. But we know how overbought we are right now with the 60 out of 70, and you could see how much of a momentum we have been having so far. But, we got canceled out again, right? And $1 is a hard level to crack. So maybe taking some profit if you bought in the 78, right? That's not a terrible level. But if you want to, keep it for a long time, just hold it for a long term. Because like XRP, if you believe it's going to be $5 later, why sell now, right? Polkadot is up about close to 4% as well. Anywhere from the current level to the 23 is still a better level for us, right? ALGORAND is close to up to about 1%. Anywhere from the current level to the 130 is still a better level. I think we're still neutral at the 41 out of 70. We're about to form a golden cross. I think ALGORAND could be in for a surge coming. Interesting. It's very nicely. It's a forming a golden cross. It looks like a downward wedge. Bull flag as well. So interesting. Shiba Inu is up to close about 4% right now. At the moment right now, again, right, below 2,900 still a better dip for us, to be honest with you. With respect to Polygon or MacTac, still surging. We see that we got to 271 yesterday. Very over high in terms of overbought right now. I would probably stay away, to be honest with you. We're in new territory, so this is in uncharted territory. We might keep surging, but again, right, whatever goes really, really fast comes down just as fast, right? AVAX, as I showed you from my picture from yesterday when I was in the subway, you saw that whole train was covered in AVAX advertisements, right, posts. Interesting, right? It seems like there's some funding around this. Right now, I would still probably stay away because it's a relatively high risk right now with the 60. It cooled down a little bit in comparisons to yesterday, but yeah, so I'll probably stay away until we cool back down to 81 to 60, right? Terra, or Luna, if you may, very overbought right now. We are at the 70 out of 70, just at the high echelon of overbought, right? You could see how quickly we got canceled out from 98. Right now, it's going to come down, I would say. It's going to sell down anytime soon. And again, right, selling back down to, at bare minimum, 61, 52 to 45 would be a better level for us, right? And with respect to risk management level, these are levels that I've laid out here. I made some revisions here and there just to be a little bit more precise. And let me know how it goes, and I hope you guys have a great rest of the Thursday, and you'll probably see me later today again. And stay tuned to come up. Take care. Bye.